When I was reading this book, I thought I found actually an interesting idea which I wanted to share. It's this art of being yourself. It's this art of knowing what it's like to be alone. What do you do when you're alone? And like this feeling of like being yourself, you know? and and I think it's like very important authenticity in today's society. Now I just want to share like my kind of thoughts on it because I've tried recently being more um you know being more, what do you say, in solitude, in more like sort of thinking, you know uh, like being a child, not doing overstimulating activities. And the first thing that I want to say is it mentions in this book is activities that don't involve your phone. We have phone with it and we use it all the time. We use Netflix all the time. We use all kind of bullshit all the time. What are the activities that don't involve your phone? I think it's so important that we do these things. Like for example, for me, the activities that involve my phone is I draw. I go outside on a lot of walks. I cycle. I hang out with my friends. I um what else do I do? I clean a lot. Clean my room. So it's like these things that kind of kind of when you do them, you are yourself. You're not sucked into something or not captivated by something. You're not you know um you're not always distracted. There you go. You're not always distracted. It's like doing anything that's other than technology, you know? So, and next thing I like to mention is like a self-care activity. I don't really like the word self-care. The author used this word, and I think it's pretty good. Self-care activity before bed, like for example, I think before bed is a time crucial that you spend it wisely, because if you like watch a lot of movies or TV shows, if you scroll on your phone, you're not gonna get very good sleep. So the one thing that I've started doing is, obviously I'm not perfect. I mess up all the time, but one thing that I've started doing more is talking to God, just having a conversation with God. Not really like doing other things, like scrolling on my phone or watching Netflix like I used to do. But right now I just talk to God. I talk to God about what are my thoughts, you know things I'm struggling with, and it's helped me a lot. And I kind of felt like my next day is usually so much better. And next thing is kind of standing out. Everybody wants to fit in these days. Everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to be part of a group. Maybe you're with the wrong friends if you think that you always have to fit in. You always have to fit in. You don't want to stand out. You don't want to be different. I don't know. I'm really different to most people. I stand out in the crowd to most people, and I've sort of tried my best to find the crowd that I want to hang out with. I think standing out and not fitting in is something that the author talks about. It's like, maybe you have to stand out but you don't want to feel alone. Maybe find friends that are kind of on your, or people that are kind of on your same wavelength. You know what I mean? It is pretty interesting. I was able to find out a couple of guys that were on my same wavelength, and I don't stand out anymore. I don't feel like I'm different anymore. I don't feel like I'm always an outcast. It's because hanging out with the right friends and letting go of this mindset of, okay, I always have to fit in. You don't have to fit in. You can stand out, but you need to find people that are on the similar journey as you, or in similar path as you, I believe. Next is doing things for the sake of it. Now it's kind of an important topic, because most people, when they, including me, where we go out, we see something interesting, We take a photo of it, we suddenly grab our phone, we take a photo of it, we want to post it online, we want to post it on Instagram, we post it on Twitter, whatever. But the author does talk about doing things for the sake of doing things because it's a fun thing to do, or doing things because you actually enjoy doing it. For example, I've started drawing. I haven't really like shared it anywhere. I just sort of do it in my free time. I don't do it because I want to post on social media. I just do it because I just do it. So I feel like that's very important. It's doing activities for the sake of doing it because the activity itself is really good, or you like it. You know. The next thing is mind wandering. You don't always have to do things. You don't always have to keep doing things, keep drawing or scroll on social media or watching Netflix. You don't always have to keep doing that. Is just let your mind wander for a couple of seconds. No phone, no distractions, sitting alone in silence. What comes to you? What comes to your brain? Going on a walk without headphones. See what comes to your brain. Going into a new town and sort of making your interpretations of different things. What comes to your mind? Letting your mind wander is very good, and I feel like this is the time where we can really use to be ourselves. To be authentic, to be in silence, to be in solitude. Of it. Obviously, this book has a lot more things. I just picked out a few points which I thought I'd share because they sounded pretty interesting to me. And these are just my interpretations. I could be wrong about like everything I said, but these are just my thoughts, my opinions. So, thanks for watching.